Haunt-vember is sadly coming to an end, but that means Christmas is just around the corner. So why not end off the month by talking about the final episode, which just so happens to be a Christmas episode as well. That's right, today we're looking at the 10th and final episode of Season 4, Goodwill Towards Men. And for those who don't know The Haunting Hour, I'm gonna tell you in double time.
The Haunting Hour is a kids' anthology horror show that aired from 2010 to 2014 with 76 episodes on a defunct channel called The Hub. It was created by R.L. Stine, who's known for his popular book series turned TV show, Goosebumps. But The Haunting Hour is considered to be a darker version of Goosebumps and is one of the scariest kid shows of all time. It's got some eerie visuals, some actually pretty terrifying monsters, and some really dark twist ending to the episodes. They take short stories from some of Stine's other books, like one so conveniently named The Haunting Hour, and another one called The Nightmare Hour, as well as some other books for the stories in the episodes.
Did you get all that? I hope so. Goodwill Towards Men has been one of those episodes that's been recommended to me ever since I started talking about the show. And it's one of 2 holiday-based episodes that are in the show, beating Goosebumps, who has a total of 0 Christmas episodes. They didn't even make Beware the Snowman an episode. They should have done that. That would have been cool. And if you're curious, the other holiday episode is A Creature Was Stirring, which I've already talked about on the channel. Go check it out if you haven't seen it. This episode was directed by James Head, who directed 11 other episodes of the show, including some that I have already talked about on the channel, like The Dead Body, My Robot, and Lots of Luck. The episode was written by the iconic duo Billy Brown and Dan Angel, who wrote 12 other episodes for this show, but they're better known for their work on the 90s Goosebumps show, where they wrote or helped with almost every episode in that series. They also wrote the original Haunting Hour movie and the Monsterville movie that stars Dove Cameron. This episode is pretty star-studded, and the biggest actor of them all is definitely Joey King. She has been in so much stuff, from The Conjuring to The Kissing Booth to Creepshow to Bullet Train. Honestly, a crazy wide range of movies. She's also appeared in the episode Seance in Season 3 of The Haunting Hour, so she's no stranger to this show. But my intros have been getting longer and longer, and I don't want to waste any more of your time, so I'll just introduce everyone else as they appear in the episode. So, let's quit yapping and get into it. We start this episode at a beautiful house as a man mows the lawn and a narrator introduces us to the tale.
Here's a tale for Christmas time about the fortunate few and those who count their wealth in hearts, humble, good, and true.
Kind of reminds me of the creeped out narrator. I don't know why, maybe because British? Anyways, we cut to the Jordan family, and they're trying to think of Christmas gifts to give to their rich friends. But they don't want to give them too nice of things because they want to stay the richest out of their friends. They're even so cheap that they don't want to give a friend a hand-me-down golf club. That is, unless they can use it to their benefit. You see, they weren't gonna give this guy this nice golf club, but his friend sits on the zoning board for the area, and the dad, Lyle, wants to put a mall in the area. So maybe if they give him a nice gift this year, it'll make it easier for him to get the mall he wants so badly.
Get that mall you always wanted to develop, Dad. Yeah.
Yeah, if you can't tell, this family is literal human garbage, and they only get worse from here. But man, they're really starting off strong, aren't they? Also, you might have recognized the dad, Lyle Jordan, because he's played by Tobias Slezak, and he was in the episode Flight, which seems to be showing up a lot lately. He was also in the episode Intruders, and the son Henry Jordan is played by Jeffrey Ballard, and he was in the episodes Lights Out as Sean and My Imaginary Friend as Travis. The mother, who is sadly just given the name Miss Jordan? What, was she not good enough for a first name? But she's played by Ingrid Torrance, and she was the mom in Nightmares Inn, where she was also just titled Jillian's mom. God, 2 episodes and no real name? That's kind of sad. What are we doing here? But finally, we get to meet Missy, Joey King's character. Her mom calls her over to tell her that she needs to get ready for a party that they're going to, but Missy really doesn't want to go. She just wants to stay home and bake treats for everybody because she thinks that'll be more fun. But you know how rich families are. They have to keep appearances and look like a happy family, so she is forced to go. Missy notices that they're writing gift ideas down, so she asks what the family is going to give to their gardeners, Pete and Jake. Little did she know they already gave them a gift.
Oh, the gardeners. I already got them something. It's a job.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they love having to clean your dirty pool or mow your huge yard or put up your Christmas lights and deal with your snooty attitude. They don't even get a Christmas bonus? What's wrong with you? Lyle here is a bigger penny pincher than Scrooge. We then cut to Pete and Jake, the gardeners, who are also father and son. Pete accidentally tweaks his back while lifting this heavy pot, but he's too scared to sit out for even a day because he could lose his job.
Maybe you should knock off for today. There's no sick days on this job.
They aren't allowed sick days? How evil are these people? But these two hard workers have nothing to worry about because they have an angel watching over them. And real quick, Pete Donaldson is played by Aaron Pearl, and he was in the episode Toy Train as Hank. He was also in the show Night Visions, which was made by Billy Brown and Dan Angel, the guys who wrote this episode. His son Jake Donaldson is played by Leon Bletcher. I hope it's Leon at least. It might be Ian, just spelled weirdly. But sadly, he wasn't in another episode of The Haunting Hour, but he is in the hit movie that took the world by storm, Radio Rebel. We then cut to later that day, and Jake is putting up some more Christmas lights as the narrator says, "Some give silver, some give gold, but the greatest gifts are neither bought nor sold." Just imagine that, but like British. Actually, you know what? I got you. "Some give silver, some give gold, but the greatest gifts are neither bought nor sold." Huh? Was that good? Is that good? Did I get ya? Anyways, Missy invites Jake inside for some special Christmas cookies to take to his family. And she even offers he eats one immediately and takes a little break. Jake does seem a bit nervous about this whole situation and being inside the house, which he's not supposed to be. And he tries to make multiple excuses to get back outside as quickly as possible, but Missy insists that he just sit and relax for a second. And when he finally takes a seat, Mrs. Jordan walks in and witnesses the monstrosity inside her house. You know, I hate calling her Miss Jordan. I'm gonna give her a name. She will now be known as Chelsea Jordan. It's canon now. Fix the IMDb. Chelsea brings Missy into the living room where she gets scolded by literally everyone in her family for bringing the help into their house.
What's the big deal?
These people work for us in the yard. They don't belong in the house. It's not their place.
They literally don't see these guys as human. What is this, 1860? Chelsea then heads back to the kitchen and tells Jake that he's going to have to take his cookies outside because obviously a disgusting slob like him isn't allowed to sit on her $20 Target chairs. Then we cut to later where Missy is getting ready for this dance that she doesn't even really want to go to when she overhears her dad talking to the Donaldsons outside. You can barely hear it, but Lyle fires them for seemingly no reason and then has the gall to tell them, "Have a Merry Christmas." Hey Lyle, how about you get my merry foot up your ass? Full of anger, Missy rushes downstairs to confront her dad about firing them, where her dad gives her the worst reasoning ever for doing it. He says once the help get too familiar or too comfortable, they can't go back to the way it should be. So Missy offering them a cookie is somehow their fault?
Yeah, Dad's right.
Shut up, Henry, no one was asking you. Missy, being the only compassionate person in her family, obviously thinks this line of reasoning is horrible and pushes back against her family. And then her family jokes about her being born into the wrong family, likening her to a cuckoo bird because sometimes cuckoo bird eggs end up in the wrong nest somehow. So not only are they saying she doesn't belong here, they're calling her crazy. Whether they mean it or not, they're literally calling her a cuckoo. But she obviously doesn't like this joke.
Come on, it's Christmas. We're kidding around.
Oh, it's Christmas. Well, since you put it that way, it's actually hilarious. Later that night, after the party, Missy hears a knock on the door and she is shocked to see that Jake has come back. So obviously she invites him in. Don't do that. He got fired from his job for that. Now if they see a random dude in their house, they're gonna like put him on the FBI's most wanted list. I don't know, how much power does this family have? He doesn't stay long though. He just gives Missy their cookie plate back and then he gives her this gift, which he didn't plan on getting her. He says he was just at the mall trying to find a gift for his mom when a random person shoved this one into his hands and told him, "It's for your sister." But Jake doesn't have a sister or a girlfriend or any women in his life besides his mom. He actually worked so much that the only girl he knows is Missy. So he decided to just give it to her as a gift because he didn't know who else to give it to. And so Missy thanks him for this gift and she tries to apologize about her awful family, but oh, he's already out the door. Okay. Missy opens the gift to find this creepy angel topper inside. She shows it to her family and tells them how she got it, but she's just met with more of them being rude and awful about it.
Maybe it's a bomb in disguise.
Yeah, shit like that. Missy thinks it's very sweet that he gave her this, and she mentions putting it on top of the tree, but of course Chelsea doesn't want it up there, and neither does her dad or brother either. So Missy just uses it as a room decoration and decides to get some sleep. But as she sleeps, something strange starts happening. She's awakened by a bright light coming from the hallway, and the angel beside her is now gone. And as she gets up and gets ready to investigate it, we get another narration.
You know by now 'tis not Santa who's come. Other lists must be checked. The fun's only begun.
Missy steps out of her room to find her brother's bedroom has a giant burning X on it. And across the hall to her parents' room, the angel is now life-size and puts a burning X on their door as well. Then the angel slowly turns to look at Missy, emotionless, before disappearing entirely. Missy is frozen in fear and she watches as a fiery X burns through their parents' door. And when she finally gets the confidence to turn around, the angel is there, waiting on her. Missy kinda runs downstairs to get away from the terrifying angel, but it's no use. She can't escape her. And Missy gets so scared that she passes out. See, I was going to make fun of this, but I think I'd have a similar reaction if this happened to me, so I'll let this one slide. The next morning, Missy is awakened by her mom and dad, who think it's cute that she was so excited about Christmas that she slept in front of the Christmas tree. She's just very confused and tries to explain what happened, but she's interrupted by Henry, who points out that the angel is now on top of the tree. But Missy didn't put it there. Henry tries to put the blame on Missy, but ultimately, no one cares. It's already up there. There's no reason to pull it down now. And then they rummage under the tree to open some presents. But every present has somebody else's name on it. The names of the gardeners that they fired the day before. Chelsea also doesn't recognize any of the wrapping paper on the presents that she wrapped. And this is when we start to get some answers. Pete, Jake, and his wife, who you would never guess her name, it's Miss Donaldson, yeah. Can we not think of women names over here at Haunting Hour Inc? Come on, guys. Her name is Audrey now. Put it in the IMDb. Influencing the IMDb of the Haunting Hour, that's never gonna happen. The Donaldsons are really confused as to why Lyle brought his family over to their house for Christmas. But of course, the Jordan family is confused at why the Donaldsons are in their house for Christmas. So both families are just super confused about what's happening. But you know, the Jordans are particularly snooty, so Chelsea doesn't ask many questions. She just tells Lyle to call the cops on them. And Audrey thinks that's a great idea, and she beats him to the phone, where it is confirmed that the Donaldsons actually own the house, if you couldn't tell by the presents. And that also explains why the angel magically appeared on top of the tree. And it appears that the roles have magically been reversed on the families. The Jordans are now the gardeners for the Donaldson family, and Lyle looks insane for bringing his family over to their Christmas uninvited. But of course, Lyle doesn't think this is true. He's still in denial and thinks this is his house, and to prove it, he brings out his driver's license and shows he doesn't have a driver's license, or credit cards, or money. They're literally dead broke right now. No money left. So you know what this means. The Jordan family are now escorted out of the house in nothing but their pajamas. But unlike what the Jordan family would have done, the Donaldsons actually feel really bad for them because they know they're just people and they're down on their luck. Hell, even Jake let Henry steal one of his jackets because he knows he's going to need it. And the Jordans have nowhere to go, so they walk and walk and walk until they find a homeless camp in the middle of nowhere. Chelsea isn't exactly thrilled about staying in the camp, but everyone else is so tired, they just want to rest up for a while and maybe get some food. And luckily for them, Henry spots a food truck nearby, but they don't have any money, so they can't get anything from the food truck. But Henry's gonna try something anyways. I guess he's just gonna try and talk his way into getting food. Yeah, good luck with that. And his parents are a bit worried about Henry's plan to get food, so they chase after him to keep a close eye on him and maybe stop him if things get too rough. And while they all do that, Missy stays back because the angel is calling for her in this shipping crate. The angel is just waiting there eerily for Missy to come see her. Missy asks the angel why it chose their family to bully, and she claims that their family aren't bad people. I don't know about that one, Chief. I mean, you're not a bad person, but the rest of your family? But Missy begs the angel to help their family in some way. And despite her family being so awful, the angel does give them a special gift. $5 so that they can get some food.
$5? That's what you're gonna do for us? You're giving us $5.
Bro, just take the money and be quiet. You're really not in the position to be negotiating the angel right now. You guys are lucky she even gave you $5. Some people don't even have that. Right after she gets the $5, Missy overhears her family and the food truck vendor getting in a bit of a tussle. It looks like Henry thought he could just walk up and take some food to eat, but of course he can't just do that. He's not entitled to food like he thinks he is. Things are starting to get pretty rough between the two, but luckily for him, Missy brought the guy the money that was given to her, so their family can share some food for the night.
Chips too. Yeah, that's $5.
Even broke, he feels so entitled to things. Kind of a sad existence. By the way, the food truck guy is played by Colin Fu, and he was in the episode Bad Feng Shui as Mr. Ming. And later that night, the family gather around a fire and begin to share the tiny sandwich that they fought so valiantly for. But as they struggle to unwrap it, Missy spots a woman that looks like she hasn't eaten in days. She feels so bad for the woman that she yanks the sandwich out of their hands hands and gives it to the starving woman to eat. Missy then takes this opportunity to try to make her family realize that they've actually been very lucky. They've spent their whole lives with full bellies and a warm home to go to. These people have been living out here like this for years, and who knows the last time that lady got something to eat. So they can starve for just one night if it means helping out someone who needs it even more. Then we cut to this little nook in the camp that the family are resting in. It's honestly a kind of cool little nook. I like it. Lyle walked around for a couple of miles and tried to find a payphone, but he couldn't find one because they don't exist anymore. But luckily, because of someone's kindness, he was able to use their phone to call the credit card company and try to get a new card, but the company had never heard of him before. And he tried to make a couple other phone calls, but no one knew who he was. He has no record of being alive, no hospital bills, no social security card. He might as well not exist. The family have had a really rough day so far, and they're still completely lost and don't know what to do. But for now, all they can do is rest for the night. But with all this stress, Missy just can't sleep, so she heads outside for some fresh air, and that's when the angel makes another appearance. Missy falls to her knees and begs the angel to end her and her family's suffering. They've gone through so much in just one day. She says that she knows her family is selfish and clueless, but they're not evil people. She just wants their suffering to stop, and she begs the angel to please return everything back to the way it should be. And then a bright light shines over Missy, and she's teleported back into her bed on Christmas morning. She runs to the tree as Chelsea sets down a plate of cinnamon rolls and is greeted by Audrey Donaldson. And Chelsea says that she just whipped up some breakfast for the Donaldsons to eat while they open their presents around the tree. And then Pete comes downstairs to find Lyle and Henry raking leaves in their yard. And he invites them in for a day off work and a very special Christmas bonus. Usually you give the Christmas bonus like a couple of weeks before so people can use it to buy gifts for other people. You know what? Never mind. It's okay. But now that everyone's inside, Missy calls Henry over to give him a gift. And she says something a bit confusing.
This is from me and my brother.
Wait, so like, Henry is your brother, right? Have I been mistaken this whole video? Anyways, Henry thanks the two for his gift, and then everyone says their goodbyes, and the episode ends with Missy saying this Christmas was great. Everything is how it should be. And the narrator ends the episode by saying,
We leave our dear people with hopes burning bright, families altered and spirits set right. But the greedy received happiness, some may exclaim. I wish to see them end up writhing in pain. All we can say to those with that view is even the rich deserve Christmas cheer too.
and that's the end of the episode. That ending is a bit confusing, but I got you. Give me a second. So earlier in the episode, some mysterious person told Jake to give this gift to his sister, which he didn't have, nor did he know any other girls to give it to but Missy. And that gift had the angel in it, which of course could see the goodness in Missy, but wanted to teach the rest of her family a lesson. So naturally, you make them homeless, so they feel what it feels like to be broke and struggling. And of course, Missy has a big heart. She just can't bear to see her family so depressed and sad. So she asked the angel to return everything to the way it should be. So according to the angel and Missy, this is how things are supposed to be. The Donaldsons and Jordans have swapped places. The Donaldsons are now rich, but they're not selfish. They know how to treat humans like humans. Unlike the Jordans, who, when they were rich, viewed the workers as lesser than humans because they were a little down on their luck. So now the Jordans will always be down on their luck because they didn't appreciate it when they were lucky. Also, Missy is a better fit for the Donaldson family. She too is very compassionate and kind. And they actually hinted at this ending multiple times in the episode. At the beginning, the Jordans were picking on Missy for being so soft and so different, even going as far as to say that she was born into the wrong family. And then Jake, not knowing who to give the angel to, gave the angel to Missy because he viewed her as a sister or thought of her as a sister. Or at least that's what I'm taking from it. Like, I'm guessing he viewed her as a sister because she was so nice to him. So yeah, the angel fixed everything, even if it meant swapping Missy from one family to the other. And I just gotta say, this is kind of a banger episode. I knew it would be with how many times it got recommended to me, but they ended off the show very well, and I'm very happy about that. At first, I thought it was going to be a classic Christmas bit where the family see the true value in Christmas and family, and then they're suddenly the nicest people in the world, and it just confuses everyone. You know, just like A Christmas Carol. And there is nothing wrong with A Christmas Carol. It's actually my favorite Christmas story, but it has been beaten to death over and over and over and over. And it almost went that way, but I'm glad they gave us a classic Haunting Hour twist that's honestly kind of dark, if you think about it. I mean, Missy abandoned her family to be with another family and then damned her old family into being something awful. Blue collar. No, on a serious note, that family definitely needed some humbling, so it's probably best that they stay in a humbling position in society. Especially Henry. He had rich kid syndrome so bad, man. And I really like what they did with the angel in this episode. It's somehow innocent looking, but also super creepy at the same time. I guess it's the doll-like appearance, and I find dolls kind of creepy, so that's why. But when it turns into an actual woman, it is literally nightmare fuel. And she really doesn't do much either. She just stands there. Menacingly. But her not doing much, just standing there so still, even though she looks like a real woman, I think that just adds to the creepy factor in her face. Look at that face, it's creepy. But I do love the mysteriousness around the angel. She is really never explained, not even slightly. Is she Missy's guardian angel? Is she the Christmas spirit? Get what I did there? Christmas spirit? Spirit like a ghost? Don't worry about it. It was stupid. It was stupid. Don't even think about it. But whatever she is, she's going on the creepiest monsters list for me. I just find her so terrifying to look at. Maybe it's me being a wimp. I don't know. I don't like it. And I honestly find it hard to find things I don't like about this episode. I mean, it's a little predictable sometimes. And I find the Jordans to be a little too evil in the beginning. Like, I know most rich people aren't the nicest people in the world. Believe me, I worked at a grocery store in a richer area before. But they were like unbelievably evil and for no reason at all. God forbid an employee takes a little break because they hurt their back, or they're invited into your house for cookies by your own daughter. It just seemed like they were being cruel for the sake of being cruel because it made them feel good or something. But yeah, like I said, I can't think of many complaints of the episode. I think the episode is great. It has good acting, it has a good story, and one with a good lesson for kids. I do like how everything turns gray for the family whenever they lose everything. You get a glimpse of the world through their eyes in that moment. It's bleak and sad, and it really adds to the feeling of despair in the episode. It was a really good touch. I'm glad that they added that. I also want to point out that this is like the third episode I talked about this month that has something to do with karma. Lovecraft's Woods, karma. Sorman Norman, karma. A Red Dress, karma. Oh, and really quick, I want to mention that Audrey Donaldson is played by Anne DeLuise, and she's the wife of Peter DeLuise, who directed a couple of episodes for the show, and she was also in the episode My Sister the Witch as Donna. She was also in the Goosebumps episode The Haunted Mask as this mom who gets mad at Carly Beth. It's also kind of funny that the show started and ended on Christmas episodes. If you consider the Really You episodes to be like the pilot for the show, then the real first episode is A Creature Was Stirring, which is a Christmas episode, and then this is the final episode, which is also a Christmas episode. It's kind of funny. It's a little funny coincidence. But I think that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you guys for supporting Hautvember. I've had a lot of fun doing this. It was something I did on a whim because it's hard trying to keep up with so many shows and all these new shows that people want to see that sometimes I just miss talking about the same show. And I really like this show a lot. I don't know if you guys could tell. I secretly like it more than Goosebumps, but don't tell my Goosebumps fans that. But yeah, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. I have a Patreon. The $5 members get bonus content plus videos a day early, maybe some pictures of my cats, a Discord server, and your name right here on screen. Like the video if you like the video. Thank you for watching the video all the way through. I appreciate you all, and peace. It'd be cool if I got that angel for that tree. We got any doll makers that can make me that? That'd be really nice to have.